Okay, this is Scott Dots. I haven't done these in a long time. Wanted to. I'll go through it real quick, see what the deal is. I used 2 different decks, and get it open. One I really don't use. Actually, I don't know. I think I've used it once or twice. It was one Michelle ordered, and she didn't use it, and I felt drawn to it last night, so I decided to go ahead and grab it. Anyway, I want to do a daily reading. I'll take a look at the other one and do that later. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this is because it looks good. I haven't had a good reading in a long time, so blah blah blah. Anyway, what I pulled for today for myself, 3 cards. I always do 3 cards. That's my thing. I know you can't see me because I got my hat on. I really don't care. I'm happy. Also got my headphones on, so the few out of hundreds that complain, "I'll get the headphones off your head," I really don't care. That's what I use. It helps block the sound. We have kids in the house, and sorry about your luck. This is my deal. I know I'm being a smart ass, but I don't care. I'm sorry, I'm not politically correct. Anyway, this is what I got. And the reason I want to record this because I am excited. It feels good, blah, 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 because I keep having a lot of negative, bad looking cards coming up. And anyway, let me shut up and get on with this. Okay, first card I have for the day. Excellent. I got the Fool. This is Tarot Alumni. This is the standard deck. It's a smaller deck. Anyway, I have the Fool. I have Strength. I'm trying to get it up there so you can see it real well. I know my camera is showing backwards. I need to flip it around. And I have the 8 of Swords, and it is reversed. Good deal, Pickle. I know that's still Pickle, but still. So anyway, for any of you who read cards out there, look at the freaking pictures, man. That's what you're going to get something out of. Not just immediately you see it, oh, keywords and key phrases and crap that you've learned. That's great and fine and wonderful. But when you get in that flow, it's hard to explain. You raise your vibration. I do tons of meditation and stuff like that. But when you raise and you get up there, things start flowing. And it's not just the cards, everything around you. I mean, something can catch your attention, and you feel like it means something. Like something on my desk or on a bookshelf or something. It can be a word or whatever. There's messages, if I can get it out, messages around you all the time, and that's what you need to pay attention to. I had a major flub with the Super Bowl deal. I done a reading on it. I didn't listen to what I was told. What I was told clearly was who was going to win, and I was told 2 or 3 times, but I second guessed it, pulled some cards, and made a fool of myself because I didn't pay attention. Pay attention to what you get. Major lesson there for me. Because I am also a psychic medium. I pick up stuff. I smell things, taste things, hear things, feel things. Just know things, and stuff like that. So that was a major deal for me. I know a lot of people in the tarot community, they all missed it. I missed it, and I've often wondered, because the fact that everything is energy, and I'd done my reading way before everybody else, and I kind of wondered if all the people that seen it, if that had an influence on their reading. It's possible. I just know if I should have went ahead and listened, because sometimes I get messages, of course, outside of the cards. The cards are tools that you use, and you use them as tools. The reading comes from you. So, if you want to become a good reader, become a better reader, pay attention, meditate. I don't care. You can read every book. You could take every course. You could spend millions of freaking dollars on courses that you're never going to become a good reader. Unless, one, you get in there and do it, and you take time to focus, work on yourself, realize the reading comes from you and not from the stinking cards. The cards are a tool. That's the reason they're called a tool, So, use that and don't get stuck and hung up on the key word. Look at the pictures. It's, backing up to what I was talking about. Look at these pictures. What stands out to you? What's important? Look at that first, outside of the card meanings, because if you stick with just card meanings, you're going to miss so many messages. I can't tell you how many readings I've done even for other readers, just say, well, how do you get that? How do you get that out of that card? And blah, or, or those cards. I don't see that, and I don't understand that. Well, the reason they don't understand it because they're so stuck on readings, and also stuck on stuff. Don't be influenced just because people are famous for writing books, or they're well known, and groups, especially tarot groups and stuff like that. Just because of what they say, don't allow that to influence you. You either accept it or you don't. If you believe everything that they tell you, you'll, one, never be as good as you can personally be, and you'll never either reach or be as good as that person. Because of that, if a book is telling you, well, you can't predict the future, bullshit. They do it every day. Celtic Cross, you get final outcome. I mean, a lot of times most people do it for 6 months. Okay, that's 6 months ahead. You just predicted the future, or past, present, future. 3 little cards. Future. They say you can't predict the future, but everything past, present, future is all now. We have this very difficult time with as humans, because the concept of time that we have is man-made and deals with the planets. How our Earth revolves and everything. It has nothing to do with just pure energy outside of our own perspective of what time is. And once you learn to get in that, the future is, and the reason I seem to find why the future comes out is because, one, we're human beings. We're creatures of habit. We have a tendency to do the same things over and over and over. Transformation is difficult. It's hard for us. We don't like the change. And also, the things that motivate us, that make us work, say you break down, an astrology chart, so and this is the things that make you tick, and the things that make you work, and your automatic responses to different things. Well, subconsciously, you've been programmed up to the age of 7 years old to react to different things, unless you make conscious changes. But you've been scared. That's how your mind is set on how you react to things. And the thing is, first of all, break free from that belief. Learn for yourself. Meditation. Use lots of meditation. There's lots of stuff that you can use out there, to learn how to do it, to learn how to get into it. I personally like the Unexplainable Store. They've got some really good stuff. I've seen some good results with those. Brain Evolution System, that's a good one. Really, really good. And it's a little more expensive, actually, if you wait on. I think you can get it for like $100 or something like that for a 6-month deal for all the recordings. But there's some stuff on YouTube. I don't know exactly how well it is and how great with the frequencies are. I've used quite a few. I haven't seen any major results with any of it. But learn how to get into a meditation practice, and learn how to look inward and make connections. That's what's going to help you more than anything. I mean, you could take every course in the world. That's not going to help you become a good reader. What's going to help you become a good reader is, one, make a connection with your deck. Spend a lot of time with it. Get to know it. That's your best friend. Don't always listen to everything. People say, well, it's only a counseling tool, and you can't make predictions or do this or do that. And that's the biggest crock of horse shit I've ever seen, because I've done it over and over and over. And then people come up with, that's because you're a natural gifted psychic medium and all this kind of stuff. Well, then that kind of makes me an authority on saying that this can be done, because I do it myself. And because I do it, I know many things, and I've worked with people. Once they get in that state of mind, they can do it also. I mean, I've seen people that are not readers at all in any way, shape, or form, but be taught within a short period of time and actually do medium readings. So it can be done. Don't believe the crap that you can't do this and you need to buy all of our books and our decks and blah 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 and all that bunch of crap. I ain't buying it. Anyway, I've got a couple things. First thing I'm saying, and the first thing is when you first lay the cards down. I needed to really focus on that, but I got off on a little tangent there. Look at the cards, see what you get. One of the first things that stood out to me was the dog, and it's like this, to me, it almost like this inner voice, this natural instinct, because it is, we're an animal, we are animals, and we don't, but it's saying go with your instinct, kind of go, kind of telling you to follow it. Another thing that seems to stand out is there's a white spot in the card here, this area here, and the only thing that really kind of hits me from that is light coming through, you know, because around it is kind of, it's dark, it's red and it's shiny and stuff like that, but, or it's an orangish color, but it's like light. It's something that's trying to break through, and I think it's almost like seeing things coming through, but you know, because there has been some difficulties here of not being able to get out and do much and so what. Either way, a lot of this, the Fool's about freedom. It's about freedom, it's about choices, it's about what you do right now, and you can make massive changes, and it's a very good positive change coming about. You have the freedom to get out and move and go do things, and I think that has a whole lot to do with that light. And there's different things that's going on in my head about what I want to do, some certain things I need to do today, and blah blah blah. And the two things stand out: one, the rose, and the dog. The dog is the natural instinct saying, hey, you know, with me, that how I'm picking it up at this moment. You may read it different in a book. I really don't care what you read in a book. That's how I'm personally picking it up. That's what I'm talking about with things that you pick up. I don't give a crap what a book says. How does it make you feel at that moment? And the next time you read it, same thing could stand out, and it can make you feel completely different. You know, it's a hairy dog. Maybe you feel like you need to shave. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. Every reading is different. Everything hits you different if you will sit down and take the time to do it. So either way, and that rose, a lot is purity. And it hit me, which is a key phrase, that I may have a connection with somebody who may be homosexual. I get that with this card, and also with the Page of Cups or Princess of Cups, depends on what decks you're using. I mean, the Page of Cups right away, but especially with this one, and there's a very openness there, but there's the purity, and you know, it's like being like a child. Like, you know, of course, I have a child, and he's free, and he's wild, and he's open, you know, and this basically is giving me, hey, this is the feeling, and honestly, this is the way I feel today. You know, I got out and done a thing. I took our trash off and done a few other things, and you know, I have this feeling of being free and wanting to be free. So that's a good thing there. Central card I have here, it's a strength card. The first thing that jumped out to me was a lion, so it's basically taming that energy of that wild instinctual energy and everything, and be more relaxed, be more calm. And there's a light that kind of comes out of her hand here on this card. If I can get in there and you can see it there. But anyway, that stood out. There's light there. It's almost like wake up, you know, quit. Because, like I said, there has been some difficulties and stuff like that. It's just where it's sitting. It's also sitting beside the Age of Swords, and it's sitting beside that Fool card. It's saying being calm, being patient, being strong, using your inner strength, and the hand I kind of get is, if this is in your control, this is what you're putting out. Put out this energy. It's a positive energy, and control maybe you know, negative urges or anything like that. So that's what I get with that, very, very strongly. And also one thing that does stand out, well, I'll get to that in a second, is I know, well, I'll go ahead and say it, there are mountains. We do live in a mountainous area, but these first two cards, they're very, very clear. There's mountains there. So, you know, even making a trip, which is the Fool card, making a trip maybe to the mountain or something like that to spend time and refresh. You know, you can't really go and do meditation and stuff the way we used to because of kids. But either way, that's dealing with the strength card now. Now what I have here other is the Eight of Swords reverse, and it's fun. This card has been coming up for me upright several times, and a lot of this, this is stuff that's in your mind. You're blocking yourself. She's wearing a blindfold and blocking herself. And what kind of stood out and struck me with this one is, one, because it's coming up, and basically a lot of the book meanings and stuff that I read stood out more. There's nothing that's standing out super clear other than what she's standing on here in this card. Even though it is flat ground, there's water behind her, but the way it looks this way is upside down. It looks like water, but dark water, and dark water to me would be a lot of very dark emotions and feelings and stuff like that, because it is water and deals with emotions. So, and the way it's sitting, it's on top, and that would be, again, things overhead or whatever. But anyway, when it comes up reverse, this is that feeling of being trapped, that feeling of like you can't go anywhere, you're mentally blocked, you're not seeing things because she has a blindfold on and she's not picking things up, she's not thinking clearly, feeling just her hands are tied, you can't do nothing. And that feeling has changed, which is true. I've got a lot going on in my head for today about financial situation we have. Honestly, we're having difficulties, and as far as unemployment and stuff like that, well, they're considering 8 hours a week being part-time and making us uneligible. So just stupid. Anyway, yeah, so things are difficult, and the end of the month is coming very, very quickly. But I have ideas and stuff like that that's going on in my head, and this makes perfect sense with this Fool. I've got this sense of freedom. I've got this feeling. It's like a manifestation. Like I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to create it. It's going to happen. And the Fool seems, I find out it comes a lot with manifestation too. Having that open mind of allowing yourself to think and believe and see things such as in a child's eyes. Imagine it and see it to the point where you feel it. You feel freedom, and when you get in that vibration, you can change things. And the Strength card there is saying, just buckle down, hang on, and get this done. And the Eight of Swords saying, okay, finally you've taken off the blinders. You don't feel trapped. You feel that sense of freedom that's there with the Fool card. So anyway, this is going to get long, so I'm going to shut up. This is my reading for the day that I haven't posted forever. I can't guarantee that I'm going to post them again on a regular basis. I was going to pull out this other deck. It's Witch's Tarot. It's a Dugan deck. I done one last night. That's funny. I've got these. I got the deck upside down. The way the reading came up, and it was basically, I've got the Six of Pentacles reversed. And basically bills are due. Yeah, they're definitely due, and not having it kind of been spread real thin on it and stuff like that. But center card, I have that Ace of Cups came up, so very good feelings, emotion. That makes perfect sense with the deck that I pulled today. And like I said, it's a deck I haven't used in a while. Now the final thing that did come up was the Seven of Swords, and some of the places I work on, one, you got to watch people being very, very sneaky. They want to take your money and blah blah blah. They want everything for free, but a lot of this was about a change, a different change, some kind of a movement. That's what I felt more than anything, such as sometimes I'll get job changes. And again, what stood out to me last night when I was looking at this was the mountain behind him. So that may be something that's out there. Maybe a trip to feel a little bit free and stuff like that. But one thing about that is maybe feeling that anxiety and stuff like that. While being cautious, being careful. They're trying to be very almost sneaky. I can't get the word in my mind, but the things kind of being tricky. So have to find a tricky way to get through stuff. But that's what I got with that one, and I ain't gonna go into it that deep. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna end this. Thanks for anybody that watched this, and everybody, I'm out here.